Hello, hello, hello. Welcome in.
Hello.
Hello!
Hello!
Alright, we're playing more Ace Attorney today. I don't think we can finish this case today, but we can try. This one's a little bit long, though, I think. So I think it's gonna take a while for us to get through it, but it's definitely the most interesting, so... Hopefully, it won't be too bad. I think where we left off, we left off at kind of a midpoint, I think.
I was gonna say I don't remember fully where we stopped.
Ooh. Yeah, we did leave off at a midpoint. Let me see. Let me see. On investigation. We already looked around the hotel room. We talked to Powers. We talked to Old Bag already. Did we already do her psyche logs?
Old time?
I believe so.
I don't think we did, actually.
Okay.
Oh my god, whenever the stream starts, I
maybe-
start stuffing my face like a crazy person.
I guess we did do that. Did we really? Wait. Okay, we did that. Okay, we're actually done talking to her, I think.
Bye, Lana.
Bye, Lada.
I have to go talk to her. How do I get there? Guessing I go to the lobby. Here we go. We have to go talk to someone else now.
Detective Gumshoe said they had an investigation briefing.
Oh, I did it. I was muted the whole time.
Yeah. Oh, he's back.
Hey, so you came, pal?
Why the blunt greeting?
Because there's nothing to be friendly or happy about.
What do you mean by that?
Well, things look perfect this time around. The evidence and the testimony are airtight.
But we can't just roll over and die. We have to stay positive.
Ooh.
So, what do you mean? What do you mean the evidence is airtight?
I can't give you all the details, pal, but there's two big pieces.
Two?
And both of them are in this photo. The first is the button that's missing from the victim's chest.
That's the button that you found during the body search of Mr. On Guard.
Yep, I found it on the folds of the, Nickel Samurai special pants.
And the second one is?
The knife in the chest, pal. The fingerprints on the knife in the chest, to be exact.
fingerprints? Whose are they?
You didn't even have to ask, little missy. It's obvious. They're Matt and guards.
Tomorrow's trial. Talk about being stuck between a rock and a hard place. So, what about this airtight testimony?
It's that old security lady, Miss Oldbag.
I thought so.
What do you mean you thought so? Did she tell you something, pal?
Well,
And I even told her not to open that mouth of hers and blab to anyone.
her blab knob is stuck on 10. There's no turning it down, trust me.
Yeah, well, Miss Oldbag saw it all, pal. She saw Mr. and guard come out of the victim's room around the estimated time of death.
No way!
Darn it. Her and her blab knobs.
Yeah, that's what I thought. We didn't learn about this thing. Oh, okay, I was looking... Well, we still don't have that, but I'll present this just in case we end up getting it.
We're pretty interested in this bit of gossip ourselves.
The scandal with Mr. Corrida? But why?
Well, 2 years ago, a woman committed suicide.
Oh no.
Suicide?
Her name was Celeste Impax. And she was Von Cornida's manager.
The victim's manager?
But that's not all, pal. Miss Impax was Miss Adrian Andrews' mentor. She taught Miss Andrews everything she knows about the business from square one.
Her mentor?
A woman who was both Mr. Corrida's manager and Miss Andrews' mentor. Could her suicide have something to do with this case?
You want to know more about her, pal? She was the victim's manager and was also Miss Adrian Andrews' mentor. It's been 2 years since her suicide, and now those two are linked again by another death. Or maybe it's just a coincidence, but... Ah!
Oh. Oh, hold on. Let me finish eating my Dorito. I'm getting sick of dealing with one foolish idiot after another.
Miss Von Karma!
You can't seem to stop allying yourself with the enemy, can you? I don't need a traitor in my midst.
You don't? You don't mean?
I do. Scruffy. You have 30 minutes to get out of here. You are no longer needed. Goodbye.
That's...
Wait! Oh, please wait, sir! If I don't get this month's... Ah!
Quiet! If it weren't for traitors like you... Oh.
Right.
Oh!
Who's that?
Oh!
Wait!
Who?
No! That voice.
It's Edward!
Sorry. Oh my god, Edward is back.
Edward!
There he is, front-facing Edward.
Oh my god! He's so powerful. The
He
fun
still
face.
looks the same.
It's been a long time, right?
This person... This is Mr. Edgeworth?
What am I going to do with you? Still blaming others when things go wrong. You haven't changed a bit, Francisco. Wow, that sprite looks really different in this version.
God, look at his chiseled jaw.
You... How dare you show your face to me without a shred of shame upon it? You've soiled the Von Karma name, dragged it through the mud. You even ran away with your tail between your legs like the ill-bred dog you are.
Hey,
Are you talking about the Von Karma family creed, to be perfect in every way? Then let's hear it, Francisca. How are things going? I hear you are having a rough time maintaining perfection in this country. You...
ooh,
You seem to be getting crushed under the weight of it all. That's why I came back. Keep your assumptions to yourself. I haven't given in yet. I won't lose. This case is mine. I'll never hand it over to you. Never. Mr. Phoenix writes, I will see you tomorrow, in court. It will be a clinical lesson on the meaning of total victory. Still the same wild mare she always was. Hi, Edward.
I'm so happy. I'm here.
I thought you, the prosecutor Miles Edgeworth, had gone and died.
Mr. Nick!
I never wanted to see you again.
I think that's enough of a warm welcome for someone you haven't seen in a year.
Are you going to run tomorrow's trial?
You heard her, right? That wild mare hasn't given in yet, it seems. So, no, I don't think I'll be making an appearance. Your hatred for me is quite unhealthy, not to mention one-sided. But I will say one thing. You can't win on your own at the trial tomorrow.
What is that supposed to mean?
I have something definitive that you lack, and working together is the definition of teamwork. It's the power to find the truth.
The truth?
In order to understand this case, you have to understand a certain truth. Well, if you ever feel the need for my assistance, it is available to you. I'm not in charge of this case, so I can be a bit more generous with information.
Just what is going on inside his head?
Wait, so power of friendship?
A lot of things may have happened, however, Manfred von Karma was still my mentor. And a perfect win record is proof of a von Karma.
1 year ago, you could not establish guilt in a few cases. Are those losses the reason you suddenly disappeared from the prosecutor's office? Did you leave because you had lost your perfect win record?
It's wild that he's saying this when we know that this is not true.
Yeah.
Like, he knows that it's not true.
Yeah.
To think your motivation for prosecuting trials was so selfish. It'd been better for everyone if you'd never come back from the dead, Edgeworth.
Damn.
Now hold on a minute.
Wow.
Hey, all right, Phoenix, let's tone it down.
Yeah.
I see. Let me ask you something. Why do you stand in the courtroom? What is your reason?
Well, with Francisca, she almost always says,
I will defeat you this time, the instant she sees me.
but the courtroom is not a personal battlefield for prosecutors and lawyers. I stand in the courtroom to defend my client, to save their lives.
To save your client, you say?
Those who think only of their own ego-driven goals. Those kind of prosecutors are reprehensible to me. Even if you're a prodigy, or protege, or someone like you, Edgeworth.
prodigy and protege are two different words that mean different things.
Yeah, I didn't know which one, so I just went with both. Which one was it?
Prodigy.
Prodigy? Okay, yeah. I was right
Protege is spelled how it sounds with an E.
then.
Thank you for this.
It looks like there is still a lot you have yet to learn.
A lot I have to learn. Me?
Well, that's enough for now. The time when you'll see is coming soon enough.
Okay.
I can't believe Edgeworth is back. It's been so long.
Yay!
This woman is yet another key to solving this case.
Do you really think so?
She was Adrian Andrews' mentor a long time ago, but she was suddenly called away by a different show and became Juan Corrida's manager. And then, a few months later, Celeste Impax died.
But her death was ruled a suicide, right?
Yes, but there is still one riddle we've yet to solve.
A riddle?
Her suicide note. It went missing. No one can find it.
A suicide note that just vanished. Huh.
Miss Impact's death was most certainly a suicide. Of that there was no mistake. However, we could not find her suicide note. That's when the police began to suspect that someone had hidden it.
A suicide note? But how do you know Miss Impact had written such a note?
There was no solid evidence. However, we did find traces of ink on her right index finger, which makes the likelihood of a suicide note very high.
But who would hide such a thing?
The police think it was Mr. Juan Corrida himself.
The victim? Oh god.
That's a very morbid picture.
Yeah.
He was the one who found her body, which makes him the only person who had a chance to hide her suicide note.
Mr. Corrida hid his own manager's suicide note. But why?
As long as her note is missing, any speculation beyond this is meaningless. For now, I think you should look this over. This is the suicide report, part 1 anyway.
Part 1?
Okay.
I don't like to look through reports. I like suicide reports even less. Most of all, the reports that have multiple parts like that one. That has 2.
2 parts?
What you just handed me is the first part of the report. Here is the second part.
The second part of the report is about an attempted suicide. The attempter's name. It's Adrian Andrews.
Miss Andrews? What did she do?
She tried to kill herself. She doesn't seem like the kind of person to try to kill herself, though.
You think she's a strong career woman. That's just what she wants you to think. Adrian Andrews, she has a certain secret she's always trying to hide.
A secret?
Her dependent nature. That's what she's really like on the inside.
Miss Andrews dependent? Talk about the exact opposite of what that woman is. What's this about Miss Andrews having a dependent nature?
Adrian Andrews' attempt at suicide was a few days after the death of Celeste Impax. And why did Adrian Andrews think about committing suicide? Because she had apparently lost her will to live.
Lost her will? But why would she?
Her pillar of strength, her mentor Celeste Impacts, was gone forever. That's why.
What? Why would that?
Oh, is this what they call following someone to the grave?
Why do you know about that?
Yeah, I like how Pearl knows
She-
nothing except that morbid expression.
Yeah. I feel like every time there's like a body, Pearl is like,
After her attempted suicide, Adrian Andrews started attending counseling sessions. She is someone who needs a person in whom she can trust absolutely. And once she finds that person, she'll do anything she can to keep them near. Without such an anchor in her life, her crippling anxiety stifles her ability to live.
And that's the nature of her dependency on others?
When Celeste Impacts suddenly committed suicide, the world before her turned pitch dark. That's according to Adrian Andrews herself.
Then that means her super confident attitude.
It's all a facade. She's only copying her mentor's behavior to hold herself together.
How terrible. Oof. Damn.
Wow.
Yeah, some pretty. It continues to get pretty heavy later on in the game.
Mm.
In this particular case.
Yeah.
Alright. Time to keep on moving.
Cool.
Okay. Oh my god, I just went back. Hallway. On guard's hotel room.
The BGM goes hard.
Oh, Miss Andrews is here. But it looks like she's talking with someone.
That's Francisca von Karma.
Miss Von Karma?
What are you doing here?
Well, you see, I'm his lawyer, so.
You've got some nerve following me around.
Following you.
That's you, Miss Von Karma. You're the one doing the following.
Yeah. Tell him, Pearl.
get him, Pearl.
Sick him.
You're always following after that detective with the little beard.
I don't know if you can call it a beard, but
More like a.
I don't think she has the vocabulary for anything other than that.
It's more like a 5% goatee.
Mm-hmm.
Me? Following after Scruffy? Don't make me laugh. Let me show you something interesting, little girl.
What the hell?
What? Hey.
Beep, beep, beep. What is that?
An electromagnetic receiver. I planted a tracking device on that detective. And with this, I know that fool's every move.
Not allowed.
Girl, what?
I think that's illegal.
That seems illegal.
That seems very illegal to have. So, that noise we heard was this receiver?
She air tagged him.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Yeah. I feel really sorry for poor Detective Gumshoe now.
microchipped him.
Yeah.
Now then, let's stop wasting time. Adrian Andrews. Yes? Think hard about what we just discussed. Understood? Alright.
What were those two talking about?
Miss Andrews? She seems a little dazed, doesn't she?
Mm-hmm.
I asked to become Mr. Engard's manager. He's a pleasure to manage with his nice disposition.
Mr. Engard does seem like a rather weak-willed, willed? What?
Willed.
I don't know. Yeah, that, yeah. Man, always doing as he's told. I'm sorry, Feathers.
She's always saying, my manager, right, Mr. Nick?
Yeah. Yeah, yeah. I thought he was gonna say something there, but...
What's she reading in that pink book?
Pearl really just do be following Phoenix around because, like, we don't have a guardian with her.
Yeah, we don't.
Pearl is
mean-
like the child that you, like, leash.
Yeah, I mean, her mom's in jail because of us.
Oh, yeah.
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 Why was Juan Corrida murdered? If you ask me, I think you know the reason he was killed.
Hmm.
Why are you hiding things? Don't you realize you're putting Mr. Engard's life in danger by your own action?
Why do you ask questions for which I have no answers? The truth is, I was not that close to Mr. Corrida.
You were not that close?
That's right, I've never been good at being intimate with another person.
You are not good at being intimate with another person? Somehow I highly doubt that. I'm sorry about my dog. You and Mr. Corrida had an intimate relationship, did you not?
A silly third-rate tabloid article. If you even had half your wits about you, you wouldn't believe such rubbish.
Well, it seems quite a few people have already bought into this story.
That means it's true.
Yeah!
As to be expected in a world filled with crooks and liars.
Source? I made it the fuck up. Note to self, stay on her good side.
In any case, I despise interpersonal relationships like that.
I see. However,
What if there was a need for you to get close to someone?
Me to get close to Mr. Corrida? As if there was ever such a need.
didn't you get close to Mr. Corrida for this person's sake? Celeste Pax, your mentor.
How do you know about Celeste?
Miss Inpax, she committed suicide, didn't she? But it looks like no one knows why. Right before her death, she was Juan Corrida's manager. So I believe you got close to Mr. Corrida so you could find out more about her suicide.
You have a great imagination. You may have a future yet as a slimy muckraker for a putrid third-rate tabloid.
That's a mouthful. Miss Andrews?
There was no mystery surrounding her death. None. It would be pointless for me to force myself into a relationship for nothing.
Is that really true? Was there really no mystery at all? I don't believe you. You were completely at ease with the way her suicide was resolved. That's kind of weird.
Get a hold of yourself.
Oh, I read ahead a little bit.
Ooh. Miss Impact's suicide note was never found, was it? It looks like the police were under the suspicion that someone had hidden it. Like maybe the person who discovered her body, Mr. Corrida?
Juan?
And Miss Andrews, I believe, you thought the same thing. That is why you became intimate with Mr. Gorida.
I've sat by quietly and listened to your insulting ramblings long enough. It's true that Celeste was my mentor. However, allow me to say this again. It had nothing to do with me. I don't even know that her suicide note was never found. I'm a person who doesn't care about what goes on in the lives of others.
That's the impression you like to give. However, I don't think that's who you really are.
What?
I have evidence that says otherwise. This is proof that Celeste in PAX was someone very special to you. Take that! Miss Andrews, you nearly went through with it, too, didn't you?
Went through with what?
Ending your life. Miss Andrews, you look and act like a very strong woman who has it all together. You don't ask for anyone's help, relying on only yourself.
Yes, I've been very independent ever since I can remember.
However, that is all just a lie. A facade. You've always searched out people on whom you can depend on.
That's...
You were dependent on Miss Impacts, weren't you? Which is why, when she passed away, you lost everything you had.
Stop! When Celeste passed away so suddenly like that, I died a death of my own. But no matter how hard I tried, I couldn't stop thinking about what had become of her note.
You must have heard about the police report. The one that said the police suspected Mr. Corrida of hiding Miss Impact's note. You heard about it and thought to recover it from him by getting close. Am I right? If that's the case, then everything changes.
What do you mean?
What topic did we start this conversation on again?
It was, why was the victim killed?
Exactly. Somehow, Miss Andrews, it seems that you have become the one with a reason to want Mr. Corrida dead.
Me?
Miss Impact was everything to you. And then she died. And you would do anything to find out why she killed herself. Even commit murder.
Murder. Ooh.
Wow.
Oof. Damn.
It's true. I'm a woman who can only live in insecurity. I'm physically small and I don't really have a lot of self-confidence. I've pushed against all that, though. I've tried to live strongly. I never wanted anyone to find out the truth.
Miss Andrews.
This one thing, it's the one thing I wanted to take with me to the grave. It was my secret, mine and mine alone. I'm
sorry.
You probably think I'm a worthless human being right now, don't you?
Please, Miss Andrew. All I want to know is the truth.
After Celeste passed away, I heard that someone had hidden her suicide note. And that someone was Juan Carrito. Celeste. Without her, I became scared. Everything. Everyone seemed like they were out to get me.
So you got close to Mr. Corrida to recover her suicide note, correct?
Looks like that tabloid reported the truth after all. Ironic, isn't it?
Well, like they say, where there's smoke, there's fire.
And if they purposefully add fuel to the fire, they keep the celebrity world burning. But as for the suicide note, I didn't and wouldn't kill anyone for it. It just doesn't suit me, that's all. Well, that's enough for now. I still have work to do, so...
I understand.
Oh, I have one small favor to ask. My attempted suicide. I'd like for you to keep it a secret.
Miss Andrews,
If people found out about my weakness, I would sooner choose to die than live.
All right. I understand. We'll keep it a secret. Miss Andrews. I guess she's the overthinking type. She probably never says anything without carefully thinking it through first.
Thank you for your discretion.
Mr. Nick, can I ask you something?
What is it?
Miss Andrews has been playing with that card in her hand since a little while back.
That card? Yeah, I guess she has. Miss Andrew, what is that card you're holding?
Huh? Oh, this? I don't quite know. It just suddenly appeared in my handbag.
It's cute.
Yeah.
Looks like a seashell?
That's what it looks like, doesn't it? I honestly don't remember owning this card. I wonder where I picked it up from.
Her not remembering something clearly sounds like it would be a rare occurrence.
Well, I must be off. I leave Mr. On Guard in your capable hands.
Alright, back to the office.
Let's go.
Let's go.
I need to stretch my legs. Well, I think we've gathered about all we can.
What about Mystic Maya? Is she alright?
Oh, Pearl. She looks so worn out by all this. She hasn't slept at all and has been walking all over the place with me today.
What's wrong, Mr. Nick?
I am not a good caretaker. Let's go back to the office for a little while. You're really tired, right?
Oh, no. I'm okay, really. I'm fine, really, I am.
You don't look fine to me. You're a child. You need to rest, dude.
Yum.
Alright, back to the office.
I like the fog when she breathes in the dome.
Yeah.
So, what now?
Well, you need your rest.
Yeah, take a nap.
Go to bed.
Well, we did find one thing out for sure. Miss Andrew has a motive.
You mean Miss Impax's suicide note?
That's right. She was also the one to discover the victim's body. Clever? Right? Okay. I'm very...
It's okay.
I second think my words.
I'm joking.
Mr. Nick, the transceiver!
Hello? Right in Cole law office.
I think, yeah, Snapple did this.
Mr. Attorney, you're not answering a phone.
Maya! Where's Maya?
As I promised, I have not gone within a few feet of her this whole time. Which is why I suppose she's absolutely famished.
Oh my god.
What?
So I suggest you win a quick acquittal, my friend. At any cost, wouldn't you agree?
Wait, Maya. Let me hear her.
Very well.
Ask Maya.
Maya,
Is that you?
Sis. Ask my sis.
Ooh.
Maya! Maya! Damn it! He cut me off.
Mystic Maya said, ask my sis, didn't she?
Sis. What does she mean by that?
Are you serious?
Really?
Oh my god.
Really, dude.
You got
Really?
rocks?
Okay.
What, you got
Bro.
rocks in there?
Dude. Ask my sis. I wonder what that means. Sorry.
Oh,
Mia?
I have a message from Maya, so come, ask me anything you want about her.
That's quite the look, Mia.
Yeah.
It's a choice. Or
I'm
lack thereof, actually.
yeah.
Yeah.
How's Maya?
She's safe, for now. That kidnapper's one to keep his word, it seems.
I'm glad to hear she's safe. But, Mia, how did you know?
As soon as she was locked up, Maya called for me. I read the note she left. Then I gathered as much information about her surroundings as I could.
I didn't know you could use spirit channeling like that. Pretty smart of her. So, can you, tell me where she is? The kidnapper. What's he like?
I don't know. Apparently, Maya went to answer a phone call at the hotel and was drugged there.
And?
She didn't see the face of her attacker. Maya is locked up in a very dark place right now. I'll tell you everything I heard when I was with her.
When you were with her?
Oh,
I'm starving. I could really go for some apple pie. I mean, at a time like this, sweets are the only way to go.
True.
I have to stay positive. He promised me he wasn't gonna kill me. I'm not gonna die. Sis, I wonder if you're with Nick right now.
There might be, some apple pie wine. Maybe.
Huh? Someone dropped a card here.
Ooh.
Kinda looks like a business card, but there's no name on it.
Hmm.
It's a picture of a seashell, I think. What a strange card. Drat, it's locked. But this door's lock seems easy enough to open. On TV, the hero always uses a plastic card or a stiff piece of cardboard. Then, click, they magically open the door. I wonder if there's a card like that around here I could use. Ah, that's it! The shell card!
There's both a card and multiple cardboard boxes around.
If I use this, maybe I can get the door open. This might be my key out of here. I had a feeling this card might be useful. I'm such a genius. Alright, now if you'll excuse me, Mr. Kidnapper.
Oh.
I did it!
Yeah, this actually works. I've done this before.
Yeah.
Okay, now I'm getting the heck out of here. I shouldn't keep Nick waiting, or worried.
I didn't realize she wasn't tied up or something. I thought she was like hostage situation.
Yeah.
Take one of those bottles and pop that dude over the head when he walks in the door. Turn the lights off.
Yeah, I mean,
Get the surprise.
honestly, that would probably be the most smart thing to do, right?
Yeah. I mean, I
Because
guess
hitting someone over the head with a bottle will probably kill them.
yeah, and then she can get out of
Yeah.
there, and it's self-defense. And I mean, if she opens the door though, you never know what's on the other side. Guy could be waiting, could be his
True.
house, the basement.
Yeah.
You don't know. It's okay. She got out though.
I mean,
Apparently. So-
with a bottle, it's very versatile. It's always
There's
a
so
whole
many,
wombo
too.
combo.
Yeah.
Boom, blunt force trauma to the head,
Mhm.
and then turns into a knife when break.
Exactly.
And if there's liquid in it, you can slip on the liquid after the bottle.
That is true.
You just
Mhm,
dump all
mhm.
those barrels out on the ground.
Yeah.
And it's flammable.
Exactly.
Because it's
Oh,
liquor.
yeah. Oh my god. We're gonna get you out of here, Maya.
Who is this again?
I think Feathers did this,
I think,
didn't
yeah.
Did I?
Yeah,
Oh,
you
yeah,
were-
yeah,
we
yeah,
were telling you to
yeah.
do the pro
Yeah,
tag.
because
Wait,
first
give me
it was
1
me,
second.
then it was you.
It's okay.
Maya talking about sweets made me want some candy. I'll be right back.
It's
For
okay.
real. Adrian did it?
Adrian. I can't do this one.
Wow.
That's pretty good, Downey.
Can't believe I'm back in this courtroom.
Oh my god. That's how he sounds. Is that a little cigarette, like an ashtray in the corner near the couch? I just realized that.
Yeah, it is.
Damn. Look at that.
Alright, I'm back.
Welcome back.
I went to the Japanese market yesterday and they have these little like bread cakes, like
Ooh,
pre-packaged ones.
I want to go to the store tomorrow, but I can't. The competition.
Oh yes, you're gonna
Starts
be
at 11,
lethal
dude.
companying all day.
I got this chocolate filled one.
Let me go get some chips
Ooh.
real quick.
That sounds
Oh.
good.
Let me go run and get some chips. Hold on.
I'm like fresh out of snacks. We don't have food in my house right now. We gotta go to the store.
Ooh!
Is it good?
I just ripped it in half. It definitely does have
I-
chocolate inside.
I am back.
Welcome back.
Hmm.
Is it like one of those puffy like buns, and then it has
Yeah.
filling, or is it like crispy bun?
No, it's like fluffy, but it's bread. It's not like bun.
Oh,
That sounds so good.
Mm-hmm.
Skittles is being very interesting at the moment.
Yeah.
We were looking. We tried to feed him, but like he doesn't want that food, so he's kind of like walking around like grumpy.
Oh, grumpy Skittles.
He's going to sleep now. He's like, all right, well, guess you won't give me the nice food.
All right, I'm back.
Welcome back.
Hello.
Oh, my legs are falling asleep. I've been sitting in this chair all day.
That's fair.
Alright.
Got me some spicy Fritos and
Ooh.
some hot Cheeto puffs.
Ooh. I like those.
Adrian did it?
That's what it looks like.
Dude, no way. That woman couldn't do anything like that.
In court today, there will be a mountain of evidence that will impact you.
Implicate.
Implicate, my bad.
A mountain of evidence?
What does implicate mean?
Like,
Means,
point towards you.
Yeah, point
like,
you out.
Okay. I'm certain there's someone out there trying very hard to pin the whole thing on you.
Please, Mr. Lawyer. Dude, like I said yesterday, I'm refreshing like a spring breeze, alright? I can't let any sort of scandal ruin that.
I understand.
Oh, who's this? It's Mia.
Oh.
Mia,
We must get a complete acquittal today.
I know. Well, I can't focus on Maya's situation right now.
Bro.
Or Pearl's either.
Damn.
No matter what, I have to focus on winning this case by the end of the day.
Indeed. Well, let's get going.
Ooh.
Ooh.
It's him! This is right?
Good morning. This is it, Mr. Attorney. The day of the trial.
Maya. She's unharmed, right?
Well, when I checked on her earlier this morning, she seemed a bit, how shall we say, tired. Don't worry, people don't die that easily. Besides, what you really should be considering isn't a word, on is winning today's trial.
I felt that, Snapple.
For my sake, as well as yours, you must win today's trial. Which is why I sent you a little present this morning.
A pipe bomb?
A pipe bomb.
Present? What in the world did you want to give me?
You'll figure it out once the trial starts. And even if you don't like my gift, I expect you to graciously accept it and win the day's contest, if you please.
Wait!
Oh, I hope it's not a
Kidnapper sending
pipe.
a present?
Goddamn.
Oh my god, I love pipe bombs! Mr. Lawyer Dude? Who was that?
No one? It has nothing to do with you, so forget you heard anything.
Dude, did your nose just get longer?
Did your chin get longer? Yeah.
Did you?
I could snap back. Yeah.
Damn.
Court is now in session for the trial of Matt on guard. Are the prosecution and the defense ready?
The defense is ready, Your Honor. Huh?
Oh.
Oh. I say, Mr. Wright, what happened to Miss Von Karma?
Why are you asking me?
I don't know, Your Honor. Why are you getting mad at me?
Your Honor.
Please be quiet, bailiff. Court is in session.
Shut your goofy ass up, bailiff.
If you must tell me something, please keep it brief. Now then, what is it?
Prosecutor Von Karma has. This morning, Miss Von Karma was shot by an unknown gunman.
Oh.
No! What?
Oh.
Oh.
Shot?
Somehow, I think this is the present that the man was talking about.
Oh. His present?
Miss Von Karma is one of the top prosecutors in the country at the moment. If she were to disappear, it would be to your advantage.
This is totally insane. Miss Von Karma, is she alright?
I don't have that answer.
He's alive.
That's good. Phew. Oh, you're...
I thought he'd show up.
Yeah.
Your Honor, due to the circumstances, Miss Franziska von Karma cannot appear in court today. I, Miles Edgeworth, will be taking her place. The prosecution is ready. Naturally.
Oh, man. Just like the good old days.
Miss von Karma was shot in her right shoulder and is currently undergoing surgery.
Just like her pops. Aww.
Aww.
Luckily, I have looked this case over and I'm familiar with the details. The prosecution seeks to prove the guilt of Mr. Matt on guard.
The court acknowledges the prosecution.
I love that face that the judge does.
Right. I finally found the answer I was struggling for on my long journey this past year. By the time this case comes to an end, you too will know the answer.
I feel like Edgeworth's like mouth movement spreads are different. They look different. I don't know.
Now then, the prosecution would like to call its first witness. Please bring Detective Gumshoe to the witness stand. Witness your name and occupation.
My name's Dick Gumshoe, sir. I am a detective down at the precinct. For now.
For now.
After this trial's over, I'm supposed to turn in my badge, sir.
Oh, no. We've already been through this, Gumshoe. You're not getting
Yeah,
fired.
this man loses is like on the verge of losing his job like once a
Yeah, like, there's no way. Detective Gumshoe?
The prosecution has no need for a depressed witness.
That's crazy.
So get out of here with that.
That's so funny. Get your depressed ass out of here.
Cheer up.
He's like, I've heard enough of that since coming back. He's like, poor Edgeworth's like every single person I talk to since
Okay.
coming back is like everything is awful.
That's crazy. Cheer up, motherfucker. This is a court session.
Lift your head up and face forward like a proud officer, Detective Gumshoe.
Yes, sir.
Now, let's have your testimony. If we want to explore the various facts of this case, we must start with that.
Get ready, Phoenix. This is going to be one very rough fight.
Alright. Yeah. It would have to be with Edgeworth. Edgeworth. Alright, Edgeworth. That's... My mouth isn't mouthing.
I love the way you accepted it.
Edward.
Edgeworth.
Sounds like a fudge.
Edward, fudge,
Fudge.
Edgeworth. It would have.
fudge word.
It would have to be with Edgeworth as my opponent. The answer he was struggling for interesting. Show me this answer you finally found, Edgeworth. Fucking hate that. I fucked that up.
This murder happened after the Hero of Heroes Award ceremony, sir. The victim, Juan Cornida, was found dead in his hotel room. After looking into the cause of death, we believe he was definitely murdered, sir. At first, we thought there was something suspicious about the empty guitar case. However, we later found out that the guitar case had nothing to do with the murder.
After the award ceremony ended, the victim was alone in his room?
Yes, sir. Both the victim and the defendant went alone to their room, sir.
I see. Mr. Wright, you may begin your cross-examination.
Right.
Nice. I'm drinking my Capri Sun, my bad. The cause of death, wasn't that because of Mr. Corrida was stabbed in the chest?
Only the careless amateur would believe something that so brainless as that, pal.
Damn, okay, bro.
Goddamn.
Oh my god.
Take a good hard look at the crime photo. Now, a real pro's attention would be drawn here to this bandana.
Banana?
No,
No,
not
dude.
banana.
Don't pull a me, no.
His bandana, sir. That's the thing, wrapped tightly around his neck, sir.
Ah, yes. I see. His banana, his scented bandana continues.
Then what about the knife?
It seems to have been stuck in the victim's chest on purpose after his death.
We have a crafty murderer on our hands here.
A banana murderer.
My family just brought me in and out, dude.
Ooh.
My God.
So happy.
Sorry if y'all hear my coughing.
Hold it.
I'm sorry. And why do you think that?
Because it was empty, pal. The German ninja doesn't go anywhere without his bright red guitar. And we couldn't find it anywhere at the scene of the crime.
Oh, then how about this theory? A fan really wanted the guitar and did the crime to get it. How's that?
We thought of that too, but
Boom. Case solved. The fucking...
thanks, Judge.
He did it. Judge, he did it. What?
The only fingerprints on the guitar case were the victims.
Only the victims, huh?
I see. Ah, so much for my theory then.
Judge has spirit.
He's got the goomph.
He's trying.
Yeah, he's doing his best.
Not quite there, but you know, he has spirit.
Hold it.
What convinced you it had nothing to do with the case?
The guitar wasn't at the Gatewater Hotel that night.
Well then, where was it?
The bright red guitar was eventually found at the TV studio. The victim, Juan Cornita, had apparently only taken the case with him, sir.
Dang, that's embarrassing. You forgot it at home.
Damn.
So you mean he forgot to put the guitar inside the case?
Yes, sir. Even when he was on stage for the ceremony, he didn't have his guitar.
So that guitar case was empty even before he got to the hotel.
Yeah, that's right. So it really had nothing to do with the case after all.
I believe that is enough. First, the victim was choked to death with his bandana. Then, after the victim was dead, the killer deliberately stabbed him with a knife. Which brings me to my next point. Why then did the police arrest Matt on guard? Because that was the reason enough to suspect him.
Here it comes. Looks like Edward's back in full swing.
Very well, Detective Gumshoe, please testify about this matter.
Yes, sir. Matt on guard and Juan Cornita were huge rivals with each other. They each thought that the other guy was in his way. That's motive enough in my book. As for evidence, there's the German Ninja's button. It was ripped off of the ninja costume and was found in Mr. Ungard's hakama. The defendant's fingerprints were also all over the knife. The defendant bought the knife for the crime, which makes this a premeditated murder.
So the defendant's fingerprints were found on the knife used in the stabbing.
It was sort of sticky on the handle, so the fingerprints came out pretty clearly, sir.
Why was it sticky? Oh, maybe blood.
Oh, and there's this button.
That was found in the defendant's clothes, was it? And this button also covered in blood. Is this button also covered in blood?
Yes, and we know that the victim's blood on it is the victim. We know the blood on it is the victim's blood, sir.
What?
What? All of this points very clearly to the defendant, doesn't it?
Yes, it most certainly does, Your Honor. Ready to give in yet, right?
I'll find the hole in your argument somehow.
You can press as hard as you like. Just hurry up with your usual pointless questions.
Damn.
I'll show you, you handsome man.
Okay, Herm. Objection!
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 Wait a second.
What?
So, the basis of your argument that this was a premeditated murder is simply that my client bought a knife beforehand?
That's right, pal. The defendant.
Did not buy this knife.
Huh?
Take a good look at the handle on this knife, and you'll see what I'm talking about.
Huh?
It has a Gatewater seal set on into the handle.
Gatewater? I think I've heard that name somewhere before.
Bruh.
That's the name of the hotel, the Gatewater Hotel.
Oh.
The murder knife was actually property of the hotel. Which means this murder was not premeditated.
I mean, yes, that's very true. This is a very big.
Hold on, give me a second.
He's giggling. What does that mean? You up to Edgeru?
Word, I'm good. Yeah, my mom is just screaming at me from across the house. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Oh.
Oh, what is it, Mr. Edgeworth?
I'm sorry, but the defense is simply too careless.
What?
I think whether the crime was premeditated or not has already been determined.
How so?
I admit this knife is hotel property. There is no one currently on the police force that is dumb enough not to realize this.
But I didn't. Oh.
Oh my god.
I love it when Edgeworth calls him dumb straight to his face. The question is, where did this knife come from?
What? That's obvious. It came from the victim, Mr. Cornita's room.
Sorry, Your Honor, but that is incorrect.
Ooh, whoa.
Oh my god. I forgot about the bears.
The victim ate a last meal before he was murdered. With that being the case, I'd like to draw the court's attention to what is on top of the table.
Oh my god. It's ketchup.
He was drinking ketchup!
No way.
There is a knife and a fork on the table.
He was eating.
Then. Oh.
He was eating his ketchup with a fork and knife.
No
Thick
way.
ketchup, dude. Where in the world did this knife come from?
If it pleases the court, I would like for us to recall the court of the room of the defendant, Mr. Matt on guard. Especially what was on top of his table. There was something missing. Perhaps it is a single knife?
A bottle of ketchup.
We investigated the leftover dishes for fingerprints, and while we were investigating, We came to the conclusion that Mr. Matt Engarde's knife was missing.
Ah,
Mr. Engarde had gone to the victim's room with a knife he had used during dinner. Why would he carry a knife on a visit? To kill, of course. And with that, I believe the prosecution has proven this was a premeditated murder.
Amazing, Mr. Edgeworth. Absolutely brilliant. A brilliantly clear deduction.
I love how Edgeworth just hams it up so much.
what the hell?
It seems like Edgeworth had this planned from the very beginning.
Why does Edgeworth get praised when he does that, but when we do it, we don't? I just noticed that. This must be one of those traps. And I just walked in headlong into it.
A murder weapon with fingerprints and a button from the victim's costume. There is quite a sizable amount of evidence here.
I can safely say that any further deliberation is a waste of your Honor's time. Although, I wouldn't mind if the defense were to present evidence not yet shown to the court.
Evidence not yet shown.
He means evidence that the court hasn't seen yet. In other words, new evidence.
He means
Yeah.
The way she explain it.
I know that.
he means this
He
thing that we
apparently
just
did.
said, and also the thing that we just said.
Just in case you missed it. Here it is. What does the defense have to say about this, Mr. Wright?
That I already know.
Are you sure?
Well.
Phoenix. The judge is favoring the prosecution right now. If we answer with something wrong here...
That gavel of his will be ringing out to sound of our defeat.
Mr. Wright, do you have something important and necessary to present to this court?
Actually, I heckin' do.
Actually, dude, what do we have?
Literally, I have it right
I
here.
literally have evidence.
I literally have evidence.
And it's important.
There's one piece of evidence that catches my attention. Something that this court has yet to see.
He does know. Mr. Wright,
Judge.
I will say this one more time. I do not feel this trial needs to continue at all. However, I'm giving you one chance, and one only.
For a second,
Dude!
no,
Dude.
for a second I thought he was gonna be like, what the judge?
What the judge?
The
Like,
judge?
What the judge?
That's actually a good little sentence right there. You
What
keep
the
that
judge
here
is
right
saying, right, is don't try pulling one of your usual bluffs here.
there. If I mess this up, it's curtains for all of us.
You may now present one and only one piece of evidence. Now then, what is it? What is this important evidence that you must show to the court?
Take that.
This is a wine glass, is it not?
Please look at the photo. Please look at the photo of the crime scene one more time. The scene is a mess because of the victim's struggle against the assailant. The vase was broken, his makeup is all over the floor. These were all things that were at one point sitting on top of the dresser.
Well, yes, I see your point.
However, this glass that is sitting on top of the dresser is mysteriously untouched. The only thing that had not fallen over along with everything else is this wine glass. This piece of evidence is more than strange enough to warrant further consideration.
Nope.
Pretty please? Well, what do you have to say?
Well, yes, it's a little peculiar, but
Yes, isn't it? I thought it was.
you can stop looking at me with those puppy dog eyes of yours
How the
now.
fuck did he know that?
Mr. Edgeworth?
What is it, Your Honor?
Your opinion?
You don't need my opinion. Because there was no special meaning to that glass.
What?
Meaning?
It's safe to say that the glass was set there after the crime took place. By the person who discovered the body, Adrian Andrews, for example. She could have easily been so shocked that she set the glass down without thinking.
That does sound very plausible, Mr. Wright.
Could Miss Andrews really have set the glass down without thinking? Ain't no way. If I appear weak here, the trial is over. I can look for my proof later. For now, I should trust my instinct and point with certainty.
They just might fall for it if you're thought-provoking enough.
The defense would like to challenge the prosecution's theory. We would like to see something that proves it was Miss Andrews who set the cup on the table. You somehow turned the tables, dude.
You've turned the situation on its head yet again, as usual. Mr. Edgeworth, do you have any proof to back up your claim?
There's no way he has any. He's just bluffing.
Unlike Mr. Wright, I never say anything unless I have the evidence to support it.
Yeah.
What?
What do you mean by that?
Hold on.
You're not thinking hard enough today, Mr. Wright. Do you think this wine glass escaped my notice?
Then?
Of course it has been thoroughly inspected for fingerprints.
Fingerprints.
There were only one set of fingerprints left on this wine glass.
Only one? Well, whose were they?
They were not the victims nor the defendants. Rather, they were one of Adrian Andrews.
What?
That is why I said that the person who had discovered the body had left it there. Are we done here, Mr. Wright?
I can't believe I fell into another trap.
Miss Andrews was probably holding the glass when she went to see Mr. Corrido. But upon seeing his dead body, she was stunned and set the glass down on the dresser.
What you just said makes a lot of sense.
Now do you see, Mr. Wright? You can't change any part of my scenario, as it explains everything all too well. I've thought long and hard the past year about what it means to be a prosecutor. And from here on out, I'll show you the answer I've come to discover.
Wait a second. Mr. Edgeworth. I think the prosecution has provided enough evidence for me to enter my verdict.
Unfortunately, I cannot allow you to pass judgment yet. The prosecution has yet another witness we would like the court to hear from.
Another witness?
Yes. Bailiff, please bring in the next witness.
What in the world is Mr. Edgeworth thinking?
Bailiff! Bring another person.
Hello. Keep ban this guy.
Now then, witness, please state your name and occupation.
That's all we hear.
Witness, your name and occupation, please.
Ugh.
Gotcha.
Ugh.
I wonder what happened to the calm composure he had earlier.
Oh, edgy boy. It's been, what, a year since we last met, hasn't it? You should be more happy to see me.
I saw the report with her testimony, but who knew that under that helmet? It was the Wicked Witch of the witness stand.
Oh, damn. I tell you, this time I know what I'm supposed to do. So today, I'm going to tell you anything and everything. Even things that don't have to do with, with that terrible crime.
Miss Witness, that terrible crime is all the court needs to know.
Shush, I'm talking to my dear Edgy Wedgie right now.
I forgot about that.
Don't interrupt us, Gramps.
You guys are probably like the same age, bro.
Yes, madam.
No, 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 please, by all means interrupt her. Please.
Anyway, witness, your testimony, please.
It's true what they say, that youth hot-headed nowadays. Not that I mind at all, Edgy. Now then, what should I start with?
The witness was on security detail at the hotel on the night of the murder. Is this correct, Miss Oldbag?
It was a great job being able to see my dearie Juan. It was almost too much for my little heart to handle.
You mean you were a fan of the victim?
Look, everyone is crazy over that and God saying he's cute in a fresh way or something. But not me. I wouldn't say anything so silly. After all, I have no interest in a little child like him. I'm only interested in a real man, Juan Corrida.
But those two were the same age.
Anyway, as I was saying, I was pacing in front of his room that night.
Very well. Please tell the court what you witnessed the night of the murder.
Leave it to me, Edgy Poo.
That's new. Edgy poo.
Anyway, after the ceremony, I went to pace around in the hallway in front of his room. There was something I was interested in finding out, you know. Well, since I was on the job, I made sure to keep a good eye out the whole time. That's when someone showed up. It was a man coming out of poor Juan's room. It was on guard. Matt on guard. He was trying to sneak his way out of Juan's room.
Ooh.
Damn.
So Mr. On Guard came out from the victim's room.
See? It has to be him. He's the murderer.
I see. Well, Mr. Wright, you may begin your cross-examination. Just casually pacing outside of somebody's door. Normal people behavior, not stalkerish at all. I guess she was a security officer, so a little weird.
A little less weird.
A little less weird, yeah.
A little less. You saw my client. Are you sure about that?
Yes, see.
Really?
Annoying brat. When I say I saw someone, I saw that person.
But you didn't last time. Last time she said she saw someone and it wasn't them.
Why do I get the sense of deja vu? Maybe to avoid a repeat of last year, I should delve into this a bit further. Please tell the court about the man's clothes in more detail.
What a troublesome man you are, really, as if something like that matters.
But it does.
No, what was it? Yes. It was that thing.
What thing?
That gaudy thing he's always wearing, that racing jacket.
Ah, he was wearing that at the detention center too.
That thing's meant for nothing but seducing women out of their pantaloons. Men.
What?
Right.
I mean, it's a pretty nice jacket.
This is
Yeah.
Yeah, it is
snazzy.
stylish, yeah.
So, Mr. Wright, was this testimony just now important or relevant in any way?
Huh.
It was very important.
Of course it was important, Your Honor.
Then perhaps you would like to point out what part of that testimony was important.
The pantaloons part, I guess. Don't you see it, Edgeworth? Oh, I thought he was gonna say, "You're horrible." Your Honor, I request what the witness said about the jacket be appended to her testimony.
I don't quite see where you're going with this, but alright, witness, please.
Well, I don't like to badmouth anyone without reason, but if I must.
If you insist.
I'm sorry, there's like kid noise in the background. I'm so sorry.
Do you have your, like, the noise suppression turned on Discord at all?
I do!
Like the crisp noise suppression?
The crisp?
Yeah, like where it says voice connected in the lower left, there's like a little waveform right there.
Alright, give me a second. Hold on, let me check. Crisp. I'm trying to look for the crisp.
Here, I'll send you a screenshot.
Please. Oh, I see it now. No, I had it on standard. Okay. So I scrolled all the way down and put crisp. Is it better?
I think so. Well, we'll see.
I'm gonna turn up my input sensitivity. I'm gonna do like a good 47. There we go. Oh, finally this kid shut up. All right, Miss Oldbag.
I'm so sorry. What? Don't say my name for no reason.
You know what this is?
It's a button number 2 on the Jammin' Ninja's costume.
Now I know she's an obsessed fan. She identified it in a single glance.
Give it here. If you don't give it to me, I'll punish you with this.
Wow. She really is a die-hard fan to want a button covered in blood. This button was discovered on Mr. On Guard's body during a full body search.
See? This button proves beyond a shadow of a doubt. It was that rascal On Guard.
It was caught up in the pleats of his nickel samurai hakama pants.
See? And On Guard is the nickel samurai.
Witness! Now, it may just be me, and I do have an active imagination, but just now, didn't you say that the defendant Matt on guard was wearing his usual racing jacket?
I'm so sorry. Sorry that you judge people based on what they wear. If I wore the... but instead I would have wearing ridiculous outfit looking like this. This outfit is hideous, right? I can have a tape recorder. It's heavy. It's so heavy. I wish I could go switch the CDs ages ago and dream alive with these kids out there. Understand? Now, look at the mirror. Your clothes. You have a documentary curling on your head, you edgy poo.
Now hold your tongue still there for a second. So what you saw is, in actuality, was not Mr. On Guard, the man, but Mr. On Guard, the Nickel Samurai?
But when you think about it...
Oh my god.
You know, Snapple, you're getting really good at that.
Thank you. Now, they're really one and the same anyway.
Miss Oldbag, there's a very important point we're talking about.
Edgy poo? Do you think so too?
Well, it might be something worth considering.
Just say it's important and agree with me for a change.
Witness, think carefully and try to remember as much as you can before you testify.
All right, if you insist.
I should be the one sighing, not you! Right.
Alright. On guard, yes, now I remember. The Nickel Samurai, that's right. It was the Nickel Samurai that I saw. Yes, it would have been convenient for him to wear his costume during the murder. He had to go to that post-ceremony stage show right after the crime, you know. So he must have worn that Nickel Samurai costume when he was stabbing poor Juan.
I knew it. I knew you'd say he was inside that costume.
Haven't you learned, lady? Just because someone's in a costume doesn't mean it's them.
What? Do you think there could have been someone else inside that costume? Don't be a bad little boy thinking such rude things.
The possibility does exist!
Ah, you youngins today, I told you, there's no way it was anyone else.
How do you know that?
Because I said so, and what I say is the truth.
The definition of source?
This is
I
your
made it the
mother
fuck
talking.
At least she was just as delightful a witness as she was a year ago.
Mr. Wright, you may... Oh, cross-examine the witness.
Apparently, in newer versions, pressing on this statement gets you an achievement. But there are no achievements on the DS, so we're not doing that.
But they're just able to see the future.
Mm-hmm.
Please take a look at this.
Yeah, so it's a knife, big deal. If you're trying to scare me with that, I'll have you know it won't work.
No, it's not my intention at all.
That's the knife that was used in the murder, correct?
Thank you, Judge. Your Honor, do you know why this piece of evidence is important to this case?
Because it's sticky.
Because
You don't have to even ask it It's because the defendant's fingerprints are on it. Obviously, I knew that.
Because it's sticky. The way you said it.
Is that what you're driving at?
That is exactly what I'm driving at.
What are you driving at, and whose car are we driving exactly?
If Mr. On Guard was really in the Nickel Samurai costume at the time of the murder, then it's impossible for his fingerprints to have been left on this knife. Actually, he would have wiped all previous fingerprints on his knife right off.
Oh, that's right. The Nickel Samurai wears gloves, doesn't he?
Now he gets it.
He probably took his gloves off before he began the stabbing.
That is
silly.
the opposite of something that someone would do if they were going to begin a stabbing.
Hold on, I gotta take my gloves off.
Yeah, I was about
I
to
gotta
say.
make sure. I have to make sure my fingerprints absolutely get on this knife.
Just like, hey, I'm gonna stab you. Wait, hold on.
Wait.
Let me take my gloves off first.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. And why would he do something like that? To leave his fingerprints on the murder weapon?
Exactly.
There's no way he would do something like that.
However, there was one possibility.
Then let's hear your possibility.
It's very simple. The defendant went to the victim's room while in costume as the Nickel Samurai. At that time, the defendant held no intent to murder. He was probably just going to relax and talk with the victim about the stage show. Which is why he took his gloves off.
But the murder still did take place.
It's well known that there was bad blood between the defendant and the victim.
Yes, I have heard that before. Well, Mr. Wright, what do you have to say about Mr. Edgeworth's theory?
So let me get this straight. Edgeworth's theory goes like this.
Smiley face.
Smiley. When the defendant went to the victim's room, he had no intention of killing him. Now, up to this point, are there any problems with his theory?
Hell yeah.
This theory contradicts something in an earlier testimony.
What are you blabbling about?
I could say the same thing. Now, for an argument's sake, let's suppose Mr. On Guard was the killer, if that's the case. I think it's possible for the killer to have gone to the victim's room without intent. This knife, this was used by Mr. On Guard at dinner.
Yes, we did establish that.
Which means that if my client was in fact the killer, then he brought his knife with him when he went to visit Mr. Corrida.
I suppose.
However, you just said it yourself. At that time, the defendant held no intent to murder. If that were true, then why would he bring a knife? He wouldn't, would he? Which means, Mr. Edgeworth, your theory was flawed from supposition? And one more thing. If the murderer was wearing the costume at the time of the murder, then there should have been glove marks left on the knife. Ooh, true. Which means the defendant's fingerprints should have been all over like bees on a hive. And that brings me to my final point. This knife was planted by the real killer to hide their identity with and mislead us.
Order! Order, I say! Order in the court! Was this knife really planted by the killer? Why would the murderer do such a thing?
It's to frame my client, Mr. On Guard, of course.
To frame?
Aren't you forcing the interpretation a little too hard on this one?
But we just established that the witness saw the Nickel Samurai in costume. And if that were true, then there shouldn't be a single fingerprint on this knife.
Ugh. Witness!
Looks like I've made your life a tiny bit more difficult, huh, Edgy Boo?
Witness, did you or did you not really see Nickel Samurai?
Well, I guess at first I might have forgotten, but
Are you saying you mixed up Mr. On Guard with the Nickel Samurai, his character on TV?
I mean, I can't really do anything about that now. Look, I was waiting around in front of the doors because, well, I wasn't waiting around for the Nickel Samurai, that's for sure.
You wasn't waiting around for the Nickel Samurai? Alright then. Who were you waiting around for then?
That's top secret to anyone outside of security.
I have a feeling that you were waiting for Mr. One Cornita. Am I correct, witness?
No way you think you are such an amateur with a terrible case of nearsightedness.
She's so mean to the judge, bro.
Amateur? Me? What am I an amateur of?
It's okay, Judge.
He's having like an existential crisis.
He's like, there's something wrong with me? So, Oldbag was waiting around in front of the victim's room. But it doesn't sound like she was waiting to catch a glimpse of Mr. Corrida.
Maybe. Phoenix. Maybe the old bag wasn't waiting around for that person.
If it's who I think if it's who I think Mia's hinting at, it's certainly possible. Miss Oldbag, you were waiting for this person to come out of the victim's room, weren't you?
Ooh. Who is this person?
This is Adrian Andrews, Mr. On Guard's manager, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I was.
But why would the defendant's manager be in the victim's room?
It seems that this is the latest rumor in circulation, Your Honor.
Oh, this is... Well, this is... I see.
Don't get too excited over there, Judge.
The judge seems to be really into the article, if it can be called such a thing.
Then this manager with the initials AA, are you saying it's...
Adrian Andrews. Without a doubt, the witness thought so as well.
Looks like you found me out. Well, that's fine. I could throw away this whole sworn to confidentiality stuff then.
Witness? What in the world are you?
Watch out, Phoenix. I've got a bad feeling about this. A very bad feeling. I got some information. Some very secret information from a certain source. So that's why I was doing my own little investigation. In secret, of course.
But... what for?
Oh, just for myself. Personal reasons and all that.
Well, Mr. Edgeworth, how will you proceed from here?
I really don't want to do this, however, I cannot simply let this point slide.
I see. Very well then, witness, please testify about this secret information.
Get ready. This is going to take the wind out of your youngins.
Love with a little gun.
Yeah.
I'm sure we're all capable of handling this, really. It's not like we're 10 years old.
Secret information.
I mean, we're in a courtroom. You can't really have anything secret.
That on guard is one evil, evil man. He thought he could ruin poor Juan by causing a huge scandal. So, to do that, he set his own manager to get in close with Juan. I cannot condone such dirty tricks, so I took action. Oh, and this is top secret. You got that? Nobody else but you and me knows that yet, okay? And this entire courtroom full of people, and the judge, and the witnesses, and the... and Edward as well. Okay.
The defendant said this manager. What
Oops,
distasteful.
oops,
It's okay.
What? Nobody's above gossip. And isn't there a saying, the truth is never pleasant?
Oh, my bad. Never heard that one before.
Mr. Edgeworth, what about this Adrian Andrews person?
We have looked into this matter, and found that the truth the article proposes is, in fact, baseless gossip.
But should this be true? Then this proves that the defendant did bear ill will towards the victim.
So, this means I have to smash this rumor once and for all.
Now then, Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness. Be careful. The old bag seems rather excited right now.
That's right. And God is nothing but your average foul-blooded youth.
Well, as old saying goes, you've got to burn old bags with fire. Time to fire up the afterburners and hit the highway to the danger zone.
Danger zone.
Phoenix, what?
I have no idea. I've never heard that before in my life. Wait,
What? I'm a busy woman. Tea time with the kids is over.
secret information that no one else knows yet. If that's true, then how do you know this secret information?
Well, that's because I'm a pro. Yes, that's it. It's a secret. Even if you drilled a hole into my brain, you'll never find out.
How in the world did that old bag get such a secret piece of information? Present evidence. So no one else is supposed to know this secret information, correct? If that's true, then why do you know it, Miss Oldbag?
What? Why are you looking at me like that? Stop that.
I did not mean to click that right.
That was perfectly matched, I can't lie. Witness!
I hate to say it, but this is how you came to acquire your secret info, isn't it? Oh, that's Phoenix. I'm so sorry.
The investigation, investigative photographer, lot of heart. There we go.
Oh, yes, I remember that mischievous girl.
She reported that she had lost a certain note she had written to herself.
She reported such a thing.
Oh. On that piece of paper that had written down some of her outrago?
No, it's outrageous, but he's like trailing off.
Oh, I was like confused. Outrage impressions. Thank you, Feathers. I would have been stuck on that. About the relationship between the victim and Miss Andrews.
Oh, outrageous ideas, you say?
No. I said impressions.
Then everything written on this piece of paper is completely meaningless.
Ah, that's it. That's the note.
Ah. You see, this is something completely different. This is a top secret list of groceries to buy.
Then you are the one who took Miss Hart's note.
I'm a huge fan of Juan, that's why. That infamous puffy-haired whippersnapper. She's working with that evil on guard. She said so herself. On guard, I'm his sidekick. How she does her thing. She was so happy, smiling like a silly duck. I was only checking what she had written. Reggie Poo, you believe me, don't you? I was only trying to help out, like the angel I am. It's only one little piece of paper. I'd never taken anything else before.
You really should come with a supply of cheese to match your vintage wine.
Well, it was only a piece of paper. I suppose we could overlook it just this once.
It looks like she's really sorry. Can I forgive her?
No.
No.
Absolutely not.
If I let up on her now, she'll get away. I have to find some way to inflict a deafening blow to the prosecution. Witness! You said that the only thing you stole was that note. Is that correct?
Stole? Why don't you listen more carefully, you annoying brat? I saved this piece of paper from a terrible, lonely trash can, that's all.
You're lying, damn it. I can prove it.
Are you putting my credibility under scrutiny again?
Miss Oldbag?
I don't believe that note is...
Sorry, I'm so sorry.
It's okay.
It just pans to her and something comes over my being. I can't...
It gets me sometimes too. Miss Oldbag. That note was with a camera inside its case, wasn't it?
Camera?
Yesterday, Lotta Hart was raising a huge stink over her camera. She kept saying something like, "My sweetie, 1600 camera disappeared on me."
Why, witness?
What is it, Gramps?
If you have the note, then it's only logical that you have the camera too.
Looks like you found me out again, Sonny. Is this the camera you're looking for?
Yeah. Ah, that's...
What? Even though it looks like this, I'm still the person, you know. I still eat meals like you. I fall in love and I borrow things from people.
I think your definition of borrow is a little off.
Yeah.
I saw that woman's business card, and that's when I noticed it said, Slime Bag Celebrity Photographer Extraordinaire. Well, when I saw that, I had to know what sort of pictures she had taken. I'm a professional security guard. It's my business to know these things.
Is it though?
Bailiff? Check the camera's photos, hurry. We must examine them at once. Well, Mr. Edgeworth, what do we have?
There's only one photo that seems to be relevant to this case.
Please present it to the court.
Ooh.
Oh.
I can't make that out.
The-
What is it?
This
Oh, I
is
see.
this is the Nickel Samurai.
See, I told you. That's the guy I saw.
This proves that the witness was not lying earlier about this matter. What does this all mean, Mr. Edgeworth?
This photo by itself does not prove that the person in it is the defendant. However, in his own confession, Mr. Ungard clearly stated that at the time of the murder, he was still in his Nickel Samurai costume.
If that is the case, then this Nickel Samurai is...
The defendant.
How did it come to this? I think this brings us to the end. We have examined every piece of evidence thoroughly. Final comments, Mr. Wright. The court considers them, will consider them before we close. Do you agree that this photo is decisive evidence against your client?
This photo really is decisive, and we're done for. But if I raise an objection here and blow it, then I would put Maya's life in jeopardy. If I can't make a mistake here, then there's only one road out of this mess. This photo that Lotta took, there's something strange with this photo.
I knew this was coming right.
Your thoughts, Mr. Edgeworth?
I think we can all agree there was nothing strange with this photo. There was no way for the defense to debunk this photo, even with a bunker buster. What?
Huh?
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 What is that?
Debunk with a bunker buster? Is that what you're planning to do, Mr. Ryan?
Is that like a power-up, or...?
He's like, yeah!
Anyways, please look at the photo one more time.
If you really believe you can honestly find something wrong with this photo, then you should only need one chance, correct?
Well, I have to find something wrong with this photo. Can't let this chance go by. Where in the heck did she take this photo from anyway? It's all out of focus. Why can't she take a good shot, especially when it counts?
Now then, let's hear your objection.
Oh.
What is strange about this photo?
I like to think
His
that
pants.
like Phoenix, he sees like a little smudge on the photo, or it's like a
There?
piece of dust, and he's like, "See, right there."
And the court went wild. It's too short. He's too short.
Yeah, the
Pants are baggy.
Yeah, they're all baggy at the bottom.
He's not short. That's average height.
Sorry, my bad.
Too short for the costume.
I would like to direct the court's attention to this one area right here.
What are you pointing to? His ankles?
Hey, look at his feet. If you could see this person's ankles, that would be one thing. However, you can't.
And what does that mean?
The costumed person in this photo could not have been Mr. On Guard.
What is the meaning of this?
I wonder if you would care to elaborate, with actual facts, that is.
Let's take a look at the Nickel Samurai poster.
Let's have a-
Ooh.
Oh.
Please pay attention. Please pay particular attention to the area around the bottom of the hakama.
His socks? You can see his socks.
Exactly. However, in this photo, the Nickel Samurai is clearly holding his hakama up, just to walk. There's only one explanation for this. The person inside the costume is clearly much shorter than the defendant. Ooh. Alright, I think I've turned things around for myself this time.
That's curious.
Huh? What is?
Edgeworth is unusually calm today.
That's true.
He's just letting the trial run itself as if he's only along for the ride.
Along for the ride? What do you mean by that?
I can only guess that perhaps he doesn't feel under attack at all.
He doesn't feel under attack? Then...
Mr. Edgeworth, where does this leave us? If the person in this photo is not Matt on guard, then everything that the prosecution has tried to prove has become meaningless.
I figured it would come to this.
What?
Right, I have something I want to ask you. I think you have proven that the person inside this costume is not Matt on guard. In that case, who is this a photo of?
Who is this person wearing the costume? Wearing the Nickel Samurai costume?
Don't stress over this, Phoenix. It's very simple. What you should be focused on is Edgeworth's attitude, don't you think?
Yeah. Why is he so calm?
Mr. Wright, let's hear your thoughts. Who is the person in this photograph?
I mean...
Oh, Adrian Andrews.
If you want to know who that Nickel Samurai is, it's none other than this woman.
And why would you say it must be Adrian Andrews? What in the world points you to her?
For starters, she's short. And she can freely move in and out of Mr. On Guard's room. Finally, she had dinner with Mr. On Guard that night.
And how does that all add up?
It means that it makes it very easy for her to get a certain item. A certain knife, with Mr. On Guard's fingerprints all over it.
The knife that was used as the murder weapon?
Why don't you just say what it is you want, right?
I have to do this now. This is my last chance to turn things around. The defense moves to indict Miss Adrian Andrews in the murder of Juan Corrida. If it was Miss Andrews who tried to frame the defendant for the crime.
Order! 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 It looks like this trial has hit a most unexpected development. Mr. Edgeworth.
Yes, Your Honor.
This court is issuing a subpoena for Miss Adrian Andrews. A verdict cannot be passed without the first hearing her testimony.
All right, this is it.
This is kind of bad for us.
Huh? What do you mean?
If Adrian Andrews is summoned to the court as a witness, it means that the trial will go on for another day.
One more day? If I don't get a verdict today, then Maya...
Now then, we shall set Miss Andrews' testimony for tomorrow.
What am I supposed to do? The judge is about to adjourn the court.
Now then,
Please, Your Honor, continue the trial. You must pass a verdict today.
I can't do that. We cannot hear Miss...
Oh,
Oh.
I abhor wasting such valuable time.
Edgeworth?
Your Honor, I request that you please continue with today's trial.
But... We cannot continue due to the unexpected development.
Unexpected developments? I think you underestimate me, Your Honor.
And what do you mean by that?
That Mr. Phoenix Wright could slave his way to subpoenaing Miss Adrian Andrews is all happening according to plan, even if Wright was a bit slow to catch on.
What? What?
What is the meaning of your statement, Mr. Edgeworth?
Miss Adrian Andrews is currently waiting in the prosecution's lobby.
Oh.
She is the next witness.
Everything was planned out in advance by that man.
Somehow, I knew there was no way Edgeworth could overlook Miss Andrews. Looks like the battle is far from over.
Exactly.
Very well. We will call the next witness. However, before we proceed, we shall take a 10-minute recess. Please prepare your witness in that time, Mr. Edgeworth. The court will now take a 10-minute recess. Wha-
To be continued.
To be continued. Dang.
This is a good stopping point, I think. I am
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like so eepy right now.
For real.
I'm feeling it too a little bit.
No, I'm yawning.
Alright, but thank you guys for watching. I think we'll be able to finish this case next time. Yeah, we'll definitely be able to. Oh, maybe
Cool.
not. Maybe not. Well, at the very least, we'll be able to finish the court section of the case.
Okay.
But yeah, that'll be it for today. We will see you
Alrighty.
guys next time. The Eclipse.
We'll rise again.
again.
All right,
Bye,
bye-bye.
guys.